Hello. We'll start the show and late. Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for another match day watch along. I am late, as been notified in the chat. I do apologise. I was literally serving up dinner and lost track of time. And yeah, we're 2.5 minutes in, well, 3 minutes into the game now, and it's still 0-0, thankfully, no goals. But I do apologise. It wasn't meant to be that late. I lost track of time, as I say, serving up dinner, and then setting everything up here. So yeah, and then so I apologise. Apologies for that, but we are here for a match day watch along. Bastards, I hate you all. For the Europa League final, first of 3 European finals in the space of 10 days, basically. Europa League. I don't know why I do it this way, by the way. I did it last year. I didn't get it. Europa League, the second rate competition is being played first. Conference League is in the middle. Next week against between Fiorentina and West Ham. I hate the microphone. StreamYard, I keep saying it, sort your fucking servers out because it's not only you have the issue with my microphone on. But anyway, as I say, the Champions League final, which is obviously the penultimate of European football, which is obviously always be the last one because it's penultimate. But you surely should be putting the Conference League final first because it's a third-rate competition. Then you got your Europa League, second, then Champions League. But hey, it is what it is. Six. Well, we love you and we need you another. Well, you want to tell YouTube that because YouTube tried to screw me over since Sunday. They're going around unsubbing people, not just on my channel, other channels as well. Literally going around random accounts and picking and choosing who they are subscribed to, basically. So, and every time they try to resubscribe, they're getting unsubscribed within 5 minutes by YouTube. And I've obviously got enough, so I've gone off on one today and added YouTube in it. Got the generic response. I went, no, enough's enough. 30 odd people have come forward, they're all friends of mine, and saying, They're looking for content, they're not going to get notified, so they're going to find out what's going on. Seeing an unsub, they sub, and then literally 5 minutes later, they're being unsubbed again. So there's no point in resubbing. You've got to keep unsubbing them to sort it out, and they'll resub again. We'll look into it. So until I'm told by YouTube themselves on Twitter or email, whatever, that they've sorted it and rectified their mistake or mistakes. Keep an eye out. Just make sure that they're not going to do it to you as well. If they do, let me know as well. But back to the final, though. Back to the final. As I say, what 6 minutes and 20 seconds on my screen, and it's 0-0. It is Sevilla, the Europa League kings in this century. The basic is whenever Sevilla in Europa League, be it they drop down or they enter it in from straight up from the off, it's odds on they're going to get to the final. 9 times out of 10, they're getting to the final. And Roma, obviously, last year, Mourinho's first season at Roma last year, got to the Conference League final, won their first ever European honour in their history. And then I've got Roma fans being pricks and throwing missiles and all that at the Sevilla corner taker here. And 7 minutes in, and that's all he's going? Fucking classy. Rakitic is on having missiles thrown at him. As I say, right, and then obviously fast forward 12 months, and he's now in the Europa League final, looking to do back not just back-to-back European titles with Roma and prove it isn't that Tottenham was a fucking hoodoo, basically. Like, Tottenham is just Tottenham. But get Roma into the Champions League and in the Champions Group as well. Got Tom as well, says I have £8.50 on Sevilla to win the trophy because I know they'll win if I back Jose. Oh dear. He's like Sam says here, the guy's a psychopath, narcissist in terms of Mourinho, but he knows that he does have to, apart from Tottenham, which even he said, look, I've got them to a fucking final and they sacked me. What do you want me to do? He said that twice this week and I thought it was hilarious. I have no feeling towards Tottenham or their fans. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because they sacked me before a final, getting me a chance to win. And they repeated that again 2 days ago. It's not brilliant. Oh dear. And after going for Green was that insolence. Oh my god. Seriously, guys. Serious. Just anarchy. But whilst you'll continue to cause anarchy, I'm going to get the scoreboard up on the screen. Just bear with me while I deal with it. There we go. And in the meantime, I'm going to delete all these other fucking scoreboards from Match of the Day the other night. There we go. Jose doesn't seem to last long at clubs, but no, he doesn't. Even at Porto, way back in 2003, when they won the Champions League in 2004, I think he's only there. That's like, what, his second or third season at Porto, by way of rival of his nearest town and all. But anyway, and then obviously he worked at Chelsea. It was 3 seasons, and then going into a few weeks into the fourth, the first time round. And then what was it? Was it Inter Milan Serie A? That was a 3-year spell, full 3 seasons there, ending in the treble, basically in terms of the league title, the version of the FA Cup, and the Champions League when they won it against Bayern Munich at the Bernabeu as well. And then literally after that, as they left, went to Real Madrid for again 3 seasons was at Madrid. And then, yes, he's always done he does at least normally 3 seasons at most. And obviously, was it Chelsea? Was it into his 3rd season in his 2nd spell, he was sacked because the 1st season was the rebuild to get what he wanted. 2nd season they won the title. Into the 3rd year, it all fell apart, and not even halfway through, he got sacked. And then Tottenham came along. Oh, chance! Oh, what a save from Bono, the Moroccan. Moroccan? He's Moroccan, isn't he, the goalkeeper? Yeah, he played for Morocco in the World Cup. That would have been something. I can't pronounce his fucking name. I'm going to try and pronounce his name there. Lads, big up Russ. How you doing, Russ? Hope you're keeping well. Russ the Stalker is here again. Your best friend, Sam, behave. Oh, there's going to be one there. Oh, again, what, Sevilla? The defence. It's twice in a matter of a minute. Sevilla have had a chance there to still have marched in this game. Is that official? Is what official? Official. I was keeping on the chat, to be honest. Luton has 10,000 shitty saves where 500 are in terraced houses. I'm 99% sure they will be in Milton Keynes. Oh, don't. Fuck that. Fuck going to Milton Keynes. That's fucking worse than Luton. And Milton Keynes is not fucking, what, only, I think they're 20 years old? 23 at push? Give it 20 or 23 years old. terms of locational of knowing of the fucking place existence. That's a I don't know, that could be a plus. That could be a plus, actually, thinking about it. It would take the best age to get it's on apparently Marvel fans are not to improve the stage. Jesus Christ. Your fans are literally cheap labour. Oh my days. Oh God, I love you guys. Old school gooners in the chat. Big up old school. How you doing, my friend? Predictions, guys. He's asking for predictions in the chat. Well, asking for predictions for tonight's game. Get them in the chat. I'll give mine in a minute. I think. If Sevilla win, it'd be 2-1. If Roma win, scrappy 1-0. A Leeds fan nailed this season ticket to the gate on Sunday. He calmed down and went back the next day and discovered someone had taken the nail. It's like, oh dear. Well, next season, Tom, if you really want to, we've got the circumstances your actual team's in. If you want to come out on loan to a Premier League club and support a Premier League team, you're an adopted Arsenal fan first season or 16. Oh, don't do another 16 years of fucking trying to get back in. Just do it first time, for God's sake. Prediction: a lot of shit being spoken on the Mr. Arsenal podcast. Dead cert. I'll give that even money, Stefan. Even money. Odds on. But old school Gunnar, what's your predictions for the game tonight? I forgot he's fucking in charge as well. Anthony Taylor's in charge tonight. Fucking hell. Already, bloody hell. Tom saying I googled EFL Championship today and I found Leeds news. Sad face. Jesus Christ, they ain't messing about there, are they? It's like, yeah, you're down. Right, now you're back in. You're back down here again. Oh dear. What, out of interest, what are the odds for Leeds to come up, either just to be promoted, basically, be it automatically or playoff wise, next season? Whereabouts are they in the betting schedule? Oh, for God's sake, Sam! I can't even put it on the screen. Let them read that out. Leeds are 7-1 to win the EFL. To win it, okay. Who's the favourites then? Because no way you favour the 7-1. With all due respect. Oh yeah. 6-1 and they're the favourites. Oh my God. Also, how are they favourites? Most of their team they've currently got are going to be van-raided in the Sunday Premier League clubs. Either the current lot that are sustained themselves, either at top end of the table or whatever, or one of the new three that come up will be van-raided in Leicester as well. So I think that'll change throughout the summer as the window gets underway and all that. how much time it'll be close. I think it'll be close. I think next season's the closest one yet in terms of all the promotion spots being the tops between the top six. The final six, in terms of the final six, it was the final six. Maybe it's a bit points supposed to be a lot closer than people think, and in general, I think the leagues will be a lot closer. I have no idea, Tom. Press it and find out. I honestly have no idea. I've noticed that as well. Is that that's the most random thing that's there in the bottom corner of the chat? Like, it's heart. But press it and find out. And let us know. I wouldn't recommend this channel. Oh, thanks. Jesus Christ, Sam. Oh, would you share this with your family? I said family and friends. Friends and family, I technically said work way round. Like football wise, I didn't mean like non-football. I just random. Like, no, look, I'm watching there, you guys. I mean, like football friend and football family, for God's sake. But nice to know I got your support, guys. Fucking hell. You know what? One thing, one positive. You know, I was 2.5, nearly 3 minutes late when the game kicked off and all that. I not missed much, have we? Oh my God, Tom. Oh, this chat again. I said it the other night. You don't get this on any other channel. Football wise, you don't get this on any other football channel where literally we're doing an live stream talking about fucking focusing on a particular game and then just the chat just descends into chaos. When the game was as poor start as this has been so far, the chat just descends into chaos basically and just goes off its own tangent basically, and it's like hell trying to bring it back into reality. BX in the chat, big up BX in disguise. I never thought I'd see the day where I was hoping for a Jose Mourinho win. Live out loud. Quadruple triples aren't for everyone. God. Here's one for you. I don't have to put a poll up in it, but odds on how long it'll take our Spurs fan Pete the Popping and start the trolling again. Oh, we've got a head injury here. Who's been booked? Ita's got the card out. Suddenly been very aggressive in body language. Anthony Taylor, aggressive body language? Never. He's a softie. Oh, come on. He's booking him for that. What's his name? Matic. Matic's the one being booked. Oh, come on. It's a fit. Ball's in the air. Both eyes on the ball. Not intent. You're going to has gone down here. No way. It was that intentional in any which way. And he's been. And then he tells like, "You're from the Premier League. You're going to be grief booking." It's not that one booking. Again, it shows how poor Premier League referees are. I behave for BX in disguise. Oh fuck! It's only BX. Oh God. Yeah. Sorry, X, we love you really. But yeah, what's actually happened to your main account on there? God. That Brian Hill. Yeah, it is a fucking online from them lot down the road. Again, that wasn't a foul, but okay. Been a long day, I think, in terms of this game. Boom, ba da ba 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 da ba ba ba. Do something got to hear this next season, fucking hell. Back to the proper European football song. Oh no! Whoa, whoa. Deal, 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 deal. Proper Europe, the proper European chance that tunes coming back to the end. That's not that, but B tech crap. Hey, 6 points. I'm being lazy setting up my audio on my new phone. It's a pain in the ass, really. If you're honest, BX enjoys catfish and medium wealthy people on Staten Island. He's too stubborn to fix his account or create a new one, or most likely too stoned. God give me strength. Or don't start that bollocks, BX. Jesus Christ. Next thing you know, you pretend you're identifying as a fucking pencil. Or fucking turn up one day fucking with a cabbage on your head. The cabbage, no, broccoli, sorry. Mr. Broccoli. I mean, if you live in the UK, you know who Mr. Broccoli is. Oh dear. Please stop, please. You'll get us in trouble. You'll get me in trouble because it's my channel, but you'll get yourself in trouble as well. Not worth it. Oh dear. $50 a week on my days. I'm very concerned where this chat's going. By the way, I'm shooting myself. I'm being brutally honest. I am now just waiting considering what at one point we were talking about last week. Last week, wasn't it? I think now what day it was. It was a May night just again, wasn't it? It was so dead. We were talking about fucking the pedo on ITV, allegedly. Even though we know, but allegedly. I'm concerned with all the news the way this chat's going, with all the news we've been hearing since last Thursday or Wednesday. We did May night Chelsea. Either way, since then, the more information has come out, obviously, and all that with that person, and the way this chat's going, the area you're sort of going down. I'm waiting for that to be I'm waiting for him to be brought up again. I'm just waiting for it now. Oh dear. Not be after me. They've already took away fucking me 28. They've unsubscribed 28 people from my channel. I'm friends of mine, and literally I'm having to fucking got to the point where I'm having to fucking communicate with them on Twitter to fucking get it sorted so the people can actually sub back. That's a pain in the arse in itself. God forbid what they do to me now. I've become my own best friend. What the fuck was he thinking? Who are we on about now, Stefan? Out of interest. Because This chat's all over the place. And a man named P. Schofield. No. That's too obvious. His name is Phil S. Oh my God. Gotta laugh. Oh dear. This game is crap. I know it involves an Italian team, but Jesus Christ. The irony is the Italian team, the Italian football is meant to be more defence-minded football here, and less attacking. And La Liga is known as for, and Spanish football more attacking, more free throwing. The Italian teams had more of the fucking ball and looked more threatening going forward. Doesn't say much for this game either. Forget I said the name. So it's blank. So it's blank. Even though it's in the chat, blank. Phil Spector is a Ron. He is something like allegedly. We have until the NDA fully ends. We have to say allegedly, even though we know. Stefan, it was saying it was so obvious Philip, was being blackmailed when he came up. Coming out isn't that big a deal to me, especially in this day and age. No, especially in the 21st century and all that. Next day and age, no, it's not that big a deal that you've got to go on a world, the biggest platform on morning TV or in UK TV in general, and go, well, we weren't meant to be here today, but guess what, guys? I've been hiding this secret for so long. All these brave people have been coming on for years, and I should be there. I'm one of them. I'm hiding this. I'm ashamed. I'm gay. Fucking the drama, the emphasis put on that announcement was ridiculous. And then fucking celebrities afterwards, like the next day, when they talked about that was a big talking point and all that for the next 24 hours in the UK. Like celebrities, well known as big name celebrities, are going, what? We've known this all along. How is it new? We've known it all along. Oh my days! Oh, got potential penalty check here for Roma. Is that Tammy on the floor? Oh, he's play acting. The camera's just caught his face and he's play acting. Ooh, this could be a penalty. This could actually be a pen. Boots high. If it's Premier League, VAR will give this because the boot's high. Even though he's trying to clear the ball, because it's make the boots high and make contact with the player's head in the Premier League, that would be given. You say that, mate. Fucking Steve McManaman. There's no chance. That's a penalty. Week in, week out, we've seen that being given. What was it? Eamon Holmes has done his interview on fucking GB News in the UK with Dan Watton or whatever. That's an interview. Exposure and all that malarkey in terms of exposing Philip for the fraud and all that, and ITV for the fraud stuff, allegedly. And even part 2 was out last night, and basically it's like the day that obviously was a Friday as well, and like because of that was meant to be Phil and Honey's day off, and that's when Eamon and his wife take over on a Friday at a time for all that, and he's basically saying like, we weren't told until literally as we're getting ready to come in to do the Friday shift base. He's only had to get out of the car. Oh, by the way, Phil Hollier here, and they've got this thing at the start of the show. They needed this big announcement. And they ask, and Eamon's like, and Ruth are asking, what was it? What is it? What is it? Wouldn't tell them. Would not tell them. So fast forward in the dressing room and all that, getting ready. Philip breaks into the dressing room and bursts into tears in Eamon's dressing room on the floor on his knees. See what you will on that one. And Eamon's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And he's like, "I'm gay. I'm gay." And Philip responds from what Eamon said was brilliant. He's like, "Is that it? Like fucking basic. Get up, get a reality check, and just move on. Get on with your life," sort of thing. And obviously, then the facade of obviously that interview, the coming out interview, and all that. Oh, Roma in it, Roma 1-0. There you go, breakthrough. And honest, 34 minutes in, as I said, the irony is Dybala as well. The Italian team's been a more offensive team in this game. And I've got to say, it was a perfectly well taken finish by the Argentinian in Dybala, who by the way, this is his first season after leaving Juventus after what did he need 10 years. It seems like anyway. Left them for free. He's gone to Roma, and he's obviously playing in a major European, the second most biggest European final. Charles Felton, he's took it of a plum, literally. I mean, matches like, oh my days. The defending there was non-existent, by the way. The ball through to me, just takes it, don't bang. Thank you very much. Yes, Russ. If you don't believe me, I think you can go and download the actual interview now. Find it on YouTube or whatever. He literally says he was on his knees, crying his eyes out, absolute hysterics. And Eamon had to ask him, "Well, what's the matter? What's the matter?" "I'm gay. I'm gay." And Eamon got up and went over to him and said, "Is that it? Is that all basically? Like, fucking get a reality check." So tune into tonight's show to find out. Oh my god! But we are going to change the scoreboard briefly. Right? We say, as I say, saying it's about Italian football clubs. The irony is, the Italian team's been more offensive than the Spanish team. A lot more offensive. I don't know who's been booked, by the way. Which team? Anthony Taylor's apparently booked one of the coaching staff, but the commentators haven't got a clue who for what team or who it is. I'll get your comment in a minute, Colonel One. Let's go for the chat. Oh, Hawk's in the chat. Pick up the Hawk win. How you doing, my friend? Imagine spending 24 hours up every day with your wife. Fact that. Oh, dear. Eamon Holmes. Apparently, it's turning out. It's got a reason to hate him. Now, let's be honest, Tom. It's clearly got a reason for the hatred, justified by the sounds of it. But one's a pedo and one knew about it all along, no matter what they say. And let's see how long that other person lasts next week when they make their returns this morning. Let's see if they see the week out. Never counts Sevilla out, says Russ. I'm not counting them. I'm just saying in the course of the 34 minutes leading to that goal, Roma have been the more offensive team and looked more threatening, and Sevilla have actually been lacking any sort of attacking threat, basically. I prefer Roma to Lazio, Ipswich, and Lazio have history. They two clubs have a friendly, including Italian World Cup winners, and proceeded to kick the shit out of each other. Oh my god. Oh, okay. No, I can't even put them up because even though you're using a club name and all that, and anyone that lives in the UK will know what you're referring to. And fucking hell, I don't need that anarchy. Jesus Christ. Rui Patricio. Oh, he's still at Roma, is he? Okay. Looking, everyone thought he made a mistake leaving Wolves for Roma and all that. And he won the Conference League last year. He could win the Europa League tonight. So I don't think it's been much of a step downwards. Let's be honest there. Now then. Jesus Christ. Oh, I forgot. You've got to bring that one up as well, have you, Russ? Jesus Christ. We just got to talk about the UK's worst kiddie fiddlers, basically. Oh, God, yeah, apparently we are. Apparently come to Gurner as well. Yes, we are. Apparently, that's what I'm saying. Apparently, as I'm asking that question, Ken will answer my question by doing the next one. Do you want to be in my gang? Not if it's full of them people. No, I don't, Russ. Sorry. Oh, no. Just no. If it's just your gang of yourself, Sam, Gary, Russ, Liam, whoever, basically normal people, Melvin as well, fair enough. I could be in that. I'll be in that gang all day long. But not the gang you're probably suggesting. With the UK's worst paedophilia offenders. Behave. Go get it actually. Take through. I think that's sort of the common thing of these people, these gentlemen, shall we say. They seem to have a creepy nature, shall we say. Hence why they they turn out to be what they are, or how, in all that malarkey. At any time frame. Be it Glitter Boy there, or fucking Rolf Harris, Jim will fix it, and the recent addition to the game, Filippo Schofield, allegedly. Oh, dear. Ross, I think you've upset Sam now. You need to apologise to Sam now. Pete every time. Oh, God. I had to fucking say it, didn't I? I had to say it. It's gone down the fucking. Let's talk about the UK pedos route. Can we sort of skip on now? It might as well. We've had a goal. We've talked about the goal. We've gone back to fucking talk about fucking UK pedos. You know, if I could put a league table, there's name every single UK pedo in our lifetime, and rank him from worst to, he weren't that bad, but he's still a fucking kidney fiddler, basically. I really don't, because obviously I've got to keep saying, especially with fucking Philip, because the NDA hasn't fucking dropped. Until it does, and obviously it all fucking comes out publicly, properly, I've got to keep fucking saying allegedly every time I say his fucking name. Yeah, so, Stefan, in terms of Rolf Harris, yeah, took me by surprise at the time as well. When that came out just after the Jimmy Savile stuff, as the Jimmy Savile stuff was hitting the fan. Oh yeah. Really. Oh my god. Anyway, moving on, Mr. Bungle. Mr. Bungle, welcome to the chat. But not the best first comment you've made on the in the live chats on this channel before. Oh my god. But yeah, as I say, the Rolf Harris news came out of nowhere. And obviously talking about myself, I was fucking brother as well, because my brother's obviously at the time big and he loved art as a kid and all that, doing his art and all that. And Rolf Harris being the Aussie and with the accent, doing the shows he did as well. Not my brother's favourite, obviously, but like he'd watch him because obviously the way the sort of art he would do. But yeah, it is what it is. He is what it turns out. He is what he was alleged to have done, and he served his most half of his sentence, I think, and obviously once he became. This is what has come out since obviously he's passed in the last couple of weeks. He was serving his time and obviously got diagnosed with throat cancer, and then there was that released but under house arrest basically for the rest of his time, but obviously to get treatment and all that. He could have got that in jail, but anyway. For God's sake, Mr. Bungle, bloody hell. 7 minutes of entry time, where's that fucking come from? Hasn't been that many stoppages in this game. Jesus. Have I missed something? Oh my god. You notice as well in terms of Schofield as well. Before we move on from this conversation, hopefully. Since obviously he made his announcement last Friday, notice how all the sponsorships he used to work for and all that, they've all pulled away and they've all terminated the contracts ahead of him, and all basically putting their statements basically they don't want to be associated with him, but because of what's been reported. So basically, even though he isn't saying that, I'm just like my brother and being a paedophile. They know what's coming, and they're getting in ASAP. Basically, they're getting themselves out of that situation ASAP. It just goes to prove that ITV now, with all this now coming out now, ITV are now no better than the BBC when the BBC protected Jimmy Savile all them years. They're no better. Oh my god, that's fucked up even for you. That's what I'm like. It's just a bit close to the old. How can I put it without getting in trouble? Upsetting someone, basically. Very, very close to upsetting people. And I don't need that hassle. Right, that's that. Oh, there. Hack this shit up in the start. It's bollocks. Once a metalhead, always a metalhead. Whoa, whoa. Actually, you know what? I've just realised why Sevilla won't win this. Won't win this tonight. They have a Tottenham man in their ranks in Ryan Hill. He's on loan. He isn't sold to them, so he's on loan. If he's on loan, they will not win this because of that reason. Too much Tottenham DNA in the squad. One player, but still too much. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting away from that chat now. Woohoo! Back to the football chat, guys, please. Okay, I don't want to keep saying fucking allegedly every time something's mentioned. We have to fucking discuss certain matters until certain things are known. Known, if that makes sense. Even you guys get sick of that. So there, can we just move on to the football chat? I still don't get where the 7 minutes came from, by the way. Well, I need it to be. Oh, for God's sake! Can we move on, please? Can we move on? Let's not mention any more fucking celebrities and anything like that, please. For God's sake! Oh, this is a football fucking stream, for God's sake. Anything but that. Anything but this, because it's going to hurt my head otherwise. I don't need fucking people coming after me because even though I'm saying allegedly all the fucking time, people coming after me going, because it's your channel, you ain't no control over it. And you're allowed it. Oh, bloody hell. You've allowed all these accusations to go off in your chat. And not just accusations, all the jokes and all that. So I don't need that hassle. You can talk about anything else, guys. Music. If you don't want to, the football was that bad, obviously, as it is at the moment. If you want to talk about the music I usually do or anything like that, knock yourselves out. As long as it's not risky, going down the risky route that you have been so far for the last 15, 20 minutes or so. I think Oasis were most people's band back in the day. Went before it all was, they step and all that. For being honest. But then Noel or Liam, depending on what side of the battle you're on that side of things. One of them ruined it all, basically. Yeah. One sec. Stefan, what have I just said? I literally just said what? My head got hurt by this night. We can talk about anything else. If the football's not literally as poor it has been quality wise, and you want to keep chatting and all that, talk about music or TV shows or whatever. You guys usually talk about, knock yourselves out, but don't please stop talking about it because every time you do, I'm having to say fucking allegedly, and it'll get me in a lot of either way. It's still because it's my channel, it'll get me in a lot of trouble, and I don't need that hassle. You can talk about, as I say, anything. Just don't keep bringing up them people. or that person. No, there's no UK pedo talk in general, or pedo talk at all. Anything but that. Anything, literally anything but that. Because at the end of the day, it isn't. At the end of the day, not fucking trying to laugh, but it is my channel, and obviously it comes back on me basically. And YouTube themselves, and they check all this back afterwards, and before they render it and put it up, allow it to be out there for the non-subs and all that. They'll come after me. They'll monetize the stream or whatever, or strike me or whatever, depending on the severity of how they feel about certain things being mentioned and talked about and all that. Blur, bloody hell! You know, when did Blur get back together? Jesus. Or reunite, whatever you call it. Ow, my hand. Thank you, because I just can't be having that hassle of fucking having to deal with if YouTube or other people reach out and start causing me grief. I can't be dealing with that grief, basically. Oh dear, I'm having to deal with that. Gee, everything else, geez, And then Mr. Bung goes down talking about fucking KFC buns. Of course he does. I wouldn't know, Stefan, because the lawns in the round where I live, where the council meant to maintain them, they're not maintaining them. Literally, like it's just like all the way down from where I currently live, all the way down to the post office or the shops in general. The grass has just been allowed to just get out of control. Russ, oh my God, what are you trying to do to me, Russ? You're at my head tonight. Everyone else is accepted that we're going to move on from this, and you're just going to bring that up now. Oh my God. I said anything else. Football. Mainly because it is a football stream, and we are Arsenal or Ipswich or whatever fans of football clubs. But with the football winners poor, I understand we'll talk about something else like music or whatever, any movies, anything, anything else. What you're doing, what you've done today, I don't know, but anything but this. Oh dear. But yeah, back to the tonight's game. Roma the first half, obviously it is half time 1-0. And got to say they're deservedly in the lead, and Sevilla have done pretty much nothing to suggest, even though you can't warn because it is their competition, but it's nothing to suggest that obviously they're going to cause any anarchy for Roma. This is perfect for Mourinho as well. This is Mourinho's literal blueprint. Go 1-0 up and just protect it then, and go to counter attack. Then sit back and then counter attack. They got everyone coming in there. Mr. Bungle, asking, what do you reckon of Saliba stalling on his on his contract? I don't think, again, it's not stalling. I think the news that's coming out from the Sun, again, The Sun. Again, the main source of this stalling from Saliba is from the Sun. Of all media outlets, are you actually going to believe what the Sun say? Of all media outlets, let's be brutally honest there. And I mean, what happens at home is obviously Harry Simi of the Chronicle, who runs the Chronicles of Laguna and all that. He put a tweet out about 2 hours ago, give or take, and basically said the rumored 120k turned down offer wasn't even like the most recent offer. I think from what he can make, what he's heard and what he's been told, that was like the very first offer when they're talking about the negotiating a new contract. So that says it all. Literally, you've got to remember this is off season. The season's done now in terms of Premier League wise and all that. The media needs something between now and when the window opens. They need stuff to report on, stuff to put out there for us all to read and talk about, etc., etc. And the Sun's no different on that side of things. But the Sun, obviously, they like to twist things and really at the ante, as we know historically. And they're gonna have information, put information out there that ain't exactly true. Let's be brutally honest on that one, just to get the clicks and views and the reads on the online side of things, this, that, and the other. Just because it gets them that traction until it's the window opens and it's open season in terms of giving us genuine reports on ins and outs of clubs respectively, and obviously pre-season getting underway as well. Seriously, Stefan, chill, Stefan, please. Oh, yeah. But yeah, because of the information of what Harry Simi said as well, I wouldn't read too much into what the Sun and the media are saying about Saliba stalling and all that. Sevilla playing like a team who have got £8.50 on them. Pretty much. If only you could have done this for Tottenham on Sunday, Tom, maybe your team could have turned up and done something. If Steve doesn't sign by the beginning of next season, he has to go. I reckon he will. I think it's a lot closer than again. I think that in terms of you've looked back to when Saka signed his contract officially, it was all officially announced, and all that. For Victor, what his tweets were after it was officially announced. Saliba was next, basically. Yeah, Saliba and someone else was on the next on the list, and Saliba was obviously not, in his words, not far away from being done either at that time. And as I say, it's off season, so the media, in terms of the other side of the media, the UK wise and the Sun and all that, they need to talk about. They need to put random crap out, and they've put this stuff out. They've had this information for months, probably, about the initial offer being turned down of 120k and whatever bits and pieces, and they've held on to it, knowing that this was the off season bit, and thought, you know what, it's off season. A few days after the season, the Arsenal fans have had goodish season in terms of obviously second in the league and all that, almost winning the title. Oh no, let's send them into complete chaos and anarchy. We'll put out news that their best defender wants to leave, or not wants to leave, but is stalling on a contract. And the thing is, there's people on social media that literally see anything that's written by a media outlet, no matter who the media outlet is. It's true, it's gospel, it's coming from the media. It's the end of the world. I'll take her out. Eddie out. It's like, fucking get a life. You've got to get to, even at a certain age, there's men and women of a certain age that know how the UK media works and still have meltdowns. And I was like, really? Like, you literally, anything that's ever gets written or posted online is like, it's true, it must be gospel. Eddie's not doing his job. It's the end of the world. Sorry, what? Eddie's not doing his job, so he didn't help bring in Odegaard. He didn't help bring in Saliba, Ramsdale. We signed Saka to a new contract, Martinelli to a new contract, Smith Rowe last year to a new contract. Bear with me a second. Granit Xhaka to a new contract till obviously he's about to leave now, about the time under a new contract and keep him for that bit longer when we needed him most. Thomas Partey didn't help sign Thomas Partey, even though it dragged on a bit. Still, getting that done, he didn't help at all. Did he? No, don't give him credit for that. But when things go wrong, like Mudryk back in January, when Mudryk didn't come to us, he went to Chelsea. Before we got Trossard, in a 48-hour spell of not getting Mudryk and Trossard coming in, Edu's a fraud. He can't even. He spends a whole winter, the whole period chasing this guy. Can't even get him over the line. Get him out of the club. He hasn't got a clue. Trossard comes along. Acting like they'd never fucking slated off Edu in their lives. And even now, the same people online going, "Oh, we don't get Declan Rice. That's it. Edu has to go." It's like, sorry, what? Again, the Declan Rice that's being linked with not just Arsenal, but Liverpool, Man United, Bayern Munich. Yes, we're in the Champions League again. Yes, we're in London. We can offer the London life still to him. But Declan Rice, because of the potential of what he could be, you're not just going to have one club go after him and that be it. And if what's been reported is to be true and Bayern Munich are interested in United, Liverpool along with us, that's perfect for West Ham. West Ham are thinking, even a year after his contract, thinking, well, hey, we'll get a bidding war. That's what they want, because they want the money. They want as much money as they could possibly get for the kid. So it's not just be out of all 4 or 5 clubs that come in, they'll only talk to one club and that'll be it. They'll be talking to every single club that's interested and trying to get the best deal for them before anything else. But no. All Edu's fault. He ain't got a clue. It's like, seriously, my head hurts 9 times out of 10 every day, and I see people like that on Twitter, on Facebook, and all that. And that's in general, even on this platform, when they have the ones that have channels and constantly have even this season, with the season we've had, been in the title charts and all that, having a complete meltdown. Yes, it didn't end the way we wanted it to end in the end. In terms of us we didn't win the title. But there's more good coming out of this season than bad. But there's certain people out there that just want to focus on a few bad things because it helps drive them up because they're pointing out the negatives. They're being negative themselves. It's like, and here I am. There's people like myself that are just being honest, just being honest, basically, in the situation that we're in the circumstances, not overreacting, not having a meltdown every 5 minutes, and grafting away and doing what we have to do on our channels to grow our channels that way, because we'd rather be genuine and honest and not fake, basically, to grow our platforms. Same can't be said for a few others, but that is what it is. That's a sad affair of what life has become nowadays. Bloody hell, one sec. Oh God, it's all gone in. I'll talk about actors now. I've been talking about Arsenal. I asked a question about Arsenal. I've been talking about football and Arsenal in general. Oh, Tom, I've got a question from Tom. Okay. Name 3 actors that are superior to Steven Seagal. I'll save you the time. It's impossible. Okay. And then Sam comes along and goes, Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, and Dolph Lundgren. Simple. Laugh out loud. In response to that, you got Tom. I said superior, not name 3 actors. And then it's causing a bit of a debate in the chat there. Bloody hell. Oh my God. No, they studied Seagal's methods. Oh my God, give me strength. Oh, this is a sensible debate. It's not going to cause me any trouble, basically. Oh dear. Bruce, Chuck and Bruce were very active and very real martial artists, long before Steven Seagal knew what a movie was. Second half just got underway, by the way, on my end. If that's the native you whispered, oh my god. So you ask a question, Tom, and this time isn't it? Unlike earlier, it's all the chat descended into chaos, and I had to fucking pull vain things in the end because it was just getting out of hand. Because you guys weren't just pulling away and just leaving it as it was. You've now asked a question. Nice, a good question. Because you don't know the answer, it's like, no, you're wrong. Thus says Van Dam, he's named 1 out of 3. And his answer. Colonel has to have a dig at these, doesn't he? The 11 Leeds players this year were great at play acting as a football player. We've got a reaction from Tom. They weren't good at acting. They like good footballers. To be fair, Tom's got a point. If they were good footballers, trying to act like good footballers, they wouldn't have gone down this. They wouldn't have gone down the way they did. Simple as. Oh dear. They were impersonating Premier League footballers for 8 whole months, to be honest, Tom. There's impersonating 8 Premier League footballers, and then there's actually being successful at it. Get the words out. Oh, Mancini's been boxed whilst having the top part of his shirt ripped. But he's the one got booked. Okay. One in that clip that was shown, by the way, I didn't see anything that Mancini did wrong there. Yeah, he's the one got his shirt ripped, and he's the one being booked for it. Now what's going on? Are they letting him change his shirt because it's ripped? Looks like it. Yeah, they're letting him play. Basically, the ball's gone out for a throw-in, and the refs, Anthony Taylor's basically stopped the game so that he can go off and get his shirt, the replacement shirt put on, basically. I'd rather this sort of chat, Stafford, than what we had earlier. Because it's me, it's got to take the fucking root of it later. If YouTube fucking come after me or others come after me, it's because it's on my platform. I'm the one running it. If I'm seen to be allowing it to go down that route, and it's a football channel, by the way, it's on my head, basically. Thus says Jackie Chan as well. So he's throwing Jackie Chan in there. Colonel says Robin Williams was a good actor. My old boy Steven Seagal. Tom saying, I did say it would be impossible because Steven Seagal sits above his peers, a tour de force of his craft. Okay. I can't remember the last time. I can't remember the last film I've seen Steven Seagal in, to be honest. But that's your opinion. Sly Stallone, yeah, he's still going as well. Fucking hell, he's still going. What is it? He's got to be in his 70s. Oh, so Sly. He's got to be. So, yeah, 76 years old. 76. What date? Was his birthday? Doesn't say. Oh, so July 46. So he's 76, 77 in July. He's still going. Jackie Chan, he's going as well. He's still going as well. He's got to be late 60s, early 70s. Yeah, but obviously this being a football channel doesn't bode well. Let's be honest, doesn't bode well as a Arsenal channel / football channel and doing a football stream here that randomly was the chat just descends into chaos and goes down the route of what it was going down before. That's my point. And obviously it's more highlighted then obviously from that way. But anyway, it is what it is. Stam saying Steven Seagal was good back in under the Siege days. Last 15 years, he has made the same movie just with different 3-word title, and he has the movement ability of QE2 of the QE2. Sorry, that's what I'm saying. That's what I meant. That's what I meant before in terms of. I honestly can't remember the last film Steven Seagal did in recent times. That's new. That's in recently new and all that. Not the stuff that he did back in the day. Jeez, blimey, Bunk, we put away a bit, blimey. Even fair play to you, but I couldn't do that. Jesus, I'm not going to do over. Thank God the lid's on there. Yeah, I would say because that's a lot of grease and because of KFC and what it is and all that. Yeah, that's a lot. That's just been put into the system and a lot for the body to digest like that. Born in, I think. Sam, it's Thursday tomorrow. You're taking me to Weatherspoon, says Colonel. Is he? That's news to him, I'd assume. Taking to a fish and chip shop. You know. Ball up. Stefan says it's 1-1 apparently. What am I? Oh my God, that was poor. What the hell? Jesus. So that went up. Lottie's in the chat. Pick up Lottie. Thank God, Lottie. Please stay. Please stay. Because if you go, I fear how this chat will go because of earlier on. Don't go back and look. Please don't go back and look. But I fear if you go, if this game gets any more boring, it'll descend into chaos again. But yeah, 1-1. I want to see how that went in. I need to see the replay of that, how that went in, because it looked like from where Patricio was standing, he should have had that covered. So unless that's taking deflection, Is that Smalling own goal? Ball in. Not Mancini own goal. So hit ball coming, slid off. No, the ball's been whipped in. Smalling sort of moved himself out of the way. But in the meantime, because he's done it, and so the way he's done it, Mancini's put his knee there, hit off his thigh, so it's knee, and passed Patricio. So it's a the guy got his shirt ripped earlier, scored a nuggie, and put Sevilla back into this tie, into this final, which is now the worst thing for Mourinho, because obviously the Sevilla, their history on this competition, yeah. You don't. You don't want to. You really don't want to know. Just without saying it, but let's just say names are being mentioned. Every time names are mentioned, so we say, I'm having to say the word allegedly every fucking time. And then the chat sort of went into free fall, and I had to put a stop to it ASAP. Yes, just a tad, not just a tad. Just a tad. I don't want to go into it because obviously it might start them off again, and I don't want that. I don't need that hassle. Oh, God, don't start this debate. Fuck it. We're in basically the last day of May, and you're talking about fucking Die Hard being a Christmas movie. What? Because it was set at Christmas Eve, or whatever it was, a Christmas period. Jesus Christ. Craig's in the chat. Big up, Craig. How you doing? Hope you're keeping well. I must admit, I do like watching Home Alone and Home Alone 2 at Christmas. I did that last year. The last Christmas was gone. I was putting up with all the decks up and all that. Because it's our generation and all that. I put that as a film. I put them first. It's obviously in order as I didn't. I'm not a fucking psychopath who goes, Home Alone 2, then Home Alone 1. I do it in proper order. None of this messing about back and forth and all that malarkey. Before that, it was Tom's comment. My favourite Christmas movie is Jingle All the Way. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right. I swear Schwarzenegger was mentioned before, and you were like, no. In terms of your previous question about Seagal, and who's superior to him. I might surprise people, but I like it. I like a film just with a good, nice story. Lottie's saying that's a good shout, Sam. And also add the Muppets movie Christmas Carol to that too. Yeah, I think so. Years, but yeah. I was I can't remember his name now. The only the only human actor basically. I can't remember. Oh, you bastards! I swear it was him as well. Michael Caine. Was it Michael Caine? Was he the one who played Scrooge, or was it someone else that played Scrooge in that one? Christmas Vacation and Scrooged. Best gangster film has to be Goodfellas. Muppets is a good shout, says Sam. See, this is the sort of chat we can have. Not early on, put it that way anyway. Just to make it clear to certain people that was and to go earlier. Michael Caine, that was it, yeah. I think it's clever that Kevin McAllister's plane ticket gets knocked into the bin when clearing up the Pepsi spill. Yeah, that's the only ticket, by the way. That's the only ticket that got absolutely drenched in Pepsi and then got thrown in the bin. Yeah, all the tickets in there, there's a complete chaos in that thing at that point. That's the only ticket on its own on the side. All the other tickets were together, nicely put away. That was a ticket on the side. It got ruined by Pepsi. No one noticed. Oh, like the ticket. No, in the bin. And then the next morning, I wake up and forget about the fucking kid. The complete chaos of what that family was in terms of all the families coming together and leaving from the same house. Everyone here? Yeah, of course we are. Yeah, let's go. And they don't realise they got on the fucking. Was it on the plane for the first one? Or no, when they got off the plane and they're getting the getting their luggage and all that. Like, there you go. Oh, he's not here. He's not here. The one that seemed concerned about it in the end, when they found out, it was the mother. The dad. The dad was like, yeah, we'll try, but obviously, with the weather and all that, we can't really do nothing. We're stuck here. We're lumbered in until the following morning, and we'll get a plane out. No, I'm going. So he made a point of literally hitchhiking all the way back home. Well, mind, she was back 5 minutes, and within 5 minutes of her arriving back, and then seeing Kevin and all that, the fucking rest of the family popped through the door. The logic. Uncle, behave. A single comment. There's a subject, bloody mate. Why? Is it suddenly you get in a mood to watch fucking Christmas movies in May, in the summer? Supposed Christmas movies in some cases. True Moments is a pretty decent, written by Tarantino and directed by Tony Scott. I haven't seen it before. Okay, I might look out for that. I once had a cat named Minton. I caught it eating shuttlecocks. So I said badminton. Oh, okay. Must have been a joke. I don't fucking know. Denzel Washington or Samuel L. Jackson. Depends on both good actors. Don't get me wrong. They're sort of different genres now, especially nowadays. Sort of different genres of what sort of films they do and all that. But Denzel's mainly got one main category. He's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But Samuel L. Jackson has gone from bloody. What was it? He was in the prequel trilogy, Star Wars era. Got killed off. Well, as far as we know, he's been killed. The character got killed off in that. Well, as I say, it's Star Wars, so you never know. So he's done the sci-fi fantasy stuff. He's now part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in terms of obviously Nick Fury, Snakes on the Plane. He's very in terms of an established out and out. We're talking about actor and what their craft and all that. I would sway towards Denzel, to be honest, but it is what it is. This is where I now get abused and say, well, how can you not favour Samuel Jackson? Batman reboot or Batman Christian Bale? Christian Bale, because it's obviously the reason I say that is because obviously we had 3 films with Christian Bale, so we've got 3 films of him. The first, the Batman Begins. What was the second one called? I can't remember what the second one's called now. The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. So there's 3 films where he established himself as Bruce Wayne / Batman. Whereas the current reboot, all we've had is 1 film, The Batman, where he's just starting off, and it's again, I wasn't enamored by it, but the first film, there's going to be more films coming along the way. So they're in the process of doing the second one with Patterson and all that, but I wasn't like. Again, because of how the film's done and all that, it's completely different. But I would sway towards Christian Bale's version of Batman, Bruce Wayne. And without even looking, not he agrees with me. Not even a question of her opinion. Not even a question. But I put it out there. I put it out there in terms of my pick and why. Just because obviously we had 3 films where he came in as the first film. Establishing himself as Bruce Wayne and then eventually into Batman. And then the second film was more Batman orientated in terms of The Dark Knight. So that's a bit of Bruce Wayne in between. And the third one was literally the complete package of obviously him accepting who he is as not just Bruce Wayne but as the Dark Knight and realising what he's worth and all that. And the third one went for fucking hell as well. Let's be honest. He broke his fucking neck. His back got broken. Yeah, just to be clear, Mr. Bungle's full of KFC and he's just the plot, basically. Just to be perfectly clear. It's okay. I've seen worse when everyone roasts Ryan. Yep. Yeah, let's roast it. This is roasting. This is light-hearted banter, whatever you want to call it. At least it's that. That's okay. But when it was what it was earlier, the way the chat went, like, can we please move on? Because I could get in a lot of trouble. Thank you very much. We'll talk later about that. But anyway, no one's ever sorry. Let's be honest. Badminton. I'm just reading fucking comments. I'm just like, the game's that crap. I'm just reading comments. I'm thankful I'm reading good comments at the moment compared to earlier. Oh. There's going to be two. No. How the 4 to 5 yards out from goal there is a massive scrap, by the way. It falls to the Roma's number 5. I think we were listening years ago. Number 5, their centre back, falls to him. He gets up. And he literally, when I say he swipes, he literally swipes. He just goes, it hits up, hits the outside of his boot at back and goes out for a goal kick when the goal's right in front of him. I didn't even realise From Dusk Till Dawn was a horror movie until halfway through. When was this? What, recent? I'm hoping not recently. This is like years and years ago when it first came out or something. You first got to watch it. Because that's the case, I can let you off. If it's now, then no. It's easier to count the film Samuel L. Jackson hasn't been in, to be honest. Yeah, there's that. Going back to my comments before. There's a what is it? In terms of Denzel Washington, there's a third equalizer 3 coming out. Apparently, it's like the final. After this, that's it. He's not coming back for a fourth. He's not doing what Keanu Reeves is doing with freaking John Wick. Apparently, there's a fourth John Wick. A fourth one coming in now. The fourth? We've had the fourth. I'm confused now. I can't answer. Yeah, we had a fourth. Apparently, there's a fifth coming with John Wick. And I'm not going to spoil the fourth one, but how can you have the next another one knowing how the most recent one goes, basically? Michael Keaton is the best Batman, says thus. That wasn't the question earlier, was it, though? Let's be honest. And also, he is back as Batman in the next DC movie, The Flash. So that's going to be, from what I've seen, it could be interesting how he pulls this one off. Craig in the chat. Favorite Eddie Murphy film I like with Martin Lawrence in it. As F. I don't think what that is now. Favorite Eddie Murphy movie. Favorite Eddie Murphy film I like. Life with Martin Lawrence. Oh, okay. I misread it first time. That's fair enough. Trading Places is the best Eddie Murphy film, followed by Beverly Hills Cop. I was watching that Beverly Hills Cop one. I watched that about a month ago or so on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on Netflix or not now, but about a month ago on Netflix, I was watching it for the first time in a while. And in terms of obviously your thoughts on it, yeah, got one of his best. What about the Golden Child? Says Sam to Russ. I was about up joining punks, so are you surprised? Still struggling to stop. Still struggling to top Steven Seagal. Not really. People have mentioned this is a thing. You're saying this, Tom, but people actually put genuine answers, and you're just going, no. He's a god. He's a god. He's a god. No one to get past. No one surpasses Seagal. Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, their chemistry was brilliant. Yep. We surpassed Stephen Seagal a long time ago. Here comes the meltdown from Mr. Tom at some point, I'm assuming. Oh, Bungle is that classic. Spencer's in the chat. Big up Spencer said Sam dropped a big comment in the stream last night. Oh, I dare ask what. Samuel Jackson was good in Goodfellas as well. God. Anyway, moving on to the next comment, the next decent comment I can put up. Anyway, I did like Coach Carter weirdly, but I'm not a basketball fan at all. Neither am I. I watched that when it first came out, but that's what 2000. I think what year that was now. 2000. I want to say 2002, 2003, that sort of time frame. It might have been a bit earlier than that. But yeah, I think I watched that when it was after coming to the cinemas. It was on TV and all that. First they had on UK TV. Like yourself, I'm not a basketball fan, but I like that film as well. Colonel, behave. Please behave. You're going to get me in a lot of trouble otherwise. I love this. I just love this. I've seen this now. I'd rather watch Lee's playing than Seagal, to be honest. He's just broken Tom's heart into a million pieces already. He just spent the last 3 days rebuilding it after the debacle on Sunday. He just got it back to some sort of normality, and you just gone just back into even smaller pieces now. He's got to start again, basically, with even tinier pieces. Oh dear. Coach Carter, what is your greatest fear? Stefan last saying the Flash. Behave yourself. As I've seen the nuts coming. I won't say it again, Stefan. I will not say it again. We're not going down that again. No. You know exactly what I meant. Don't even try it. Yeah, Tommy had goals, but not goals for you. We've been saying since Sam Allardyce came in, that was a game where you could actually see yourselves getting something at Ellen Road, Tottenham crap and all that. And you just went, in terms of the team on the day, went, la 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 la. Oh, Harry Kane scored. Oh, Lucas has walked through our defence like it's nothing. I have no sympathy for you on that side of things. It's of your own doing. Oh, it's a penalty. There's a penalty for Sevilla. I know about this. He started it on. Jesus Christ. Ryan, do you think we need Mr. Arsenal David O'Leary as director of football? From Craig. Honestly, VAR check. I'll have a look at this one second. Have a look at this. No, that's come on. This is again showing how crap Premier League referees are. He gave that. That's not a pen. He's now been ref. Fucking hell. Anthony Taylor's now been sent over to the VAR thing. Doesn't mean that in terms of European football, it means nothing. That's not a pen. It doesn't touch him. The defender doesn't touch him. He sees the foot and throws himself to the floor because he knows he ain't getting the ball. The ball's gone. And it's better be controlled by a defender, Chris Smalling here. He throws himself to the floor. But again, this shows how crap Premier League refs are. How quick he was to give that. No, obviously, it's not being given now. I'm just seeing that being given. But come on, how quick was he to give that? When fucking hell. I mean, if he'd missed it and VAR got involved, he used to got that to fall onto. But he gets no. It actually like a normal no VAR game. Like, boom, but behave yourself. And to be honest, if it's as I say, there's no contact, so technically it's a dive. He's dove to try and gain an advantage, penalty in this situation. He should be booked for it. I'm sorry, that does my head in. It does do my head in. But in terms of back to this question, David, I've been saying again because I don't know how long you've been subbed to my channel, time-wise, because obviously you've been chatting me a lot more recently, but I don't know how far back since you actually subbed to the channel and all that. But I've been saying since trying to think now, and like Simon will back me up on this when I say this, but I hope I've been since trying to think more so before the European Super debacle came about. But I was saying it before, but I'm trying to think now, because that's 1920, so about the 18-19 season onwards, I'd say, going into what then turned out to be a COVID, when COVID came along and screwed things up for the world. In 1920 season, I've been saying since around about then that we need to bring David Dean back. Basically, the second Raul was sacked, and it's not he left; he was sacked for being a dodgy prick. I've been saying ever since then, because obviously when Raul was there was a plan to bring David O'Leary into the board just into the board itself, way back then, and give him a role there as a ambassador or something, just to see how he feels about it and see how things go and possibly get promoted from now on in. And Raul stopped it because obviously that would then mean obviously a possible promotion that David O'Leary would come along eventually and take his job. Raul for some reason had the final say and blocked it. But when Raul was sacked, again on this channel when we did the live reaction to Raul being sacked and all that during the back into the first lockdown and all that, and the restrictions still in place, I literally said, the board now the club now need to go back and kiss David O'Leary's ass. I even put tweets at the time, and David O'Leary's daughter actually saw the tweet and liked it and retweeted it, and that says it all. And it wasn't nothing rude or abrupt or anything like that. It was just saying how it was, how I felt at the time in terms of with Raul now gone, basically. The Arsenal, the club now, the club itself, the Conkeys and all that, they now need to go and kiss David O'Leary's backside and bring him back in and actually offer him the role of what they initially offered him. Or, even better, give him Raul's job, basically. Which would have been director of football, because obviously Vinay's only taken over Raul's role. In my opinion, it should have been David O'Leary. People go, obviously, Eddie's director of football because obviously he's the face, but if you think about what Raul was doing, even when Edu was there, let's be honest, it would have been an extra help to Edu as well, having someone that bleeds the club in David O'Leary at the club, that has that history with the club and that connects with the fan base as a player. Obviously, manager-wise, he's a bit of a dick because he fucked us too many times in '99, in 2003. He completely screwed us in terms of a title, for God's sake. I'll never forgive him for that side of things. But as a player, as he's historically his players side of things, playing time side of things, he's a club legend. He bleeds the club. He holds the record. He holds the appearance record for a reason. And I still believe to this day that should be a pen. Surely, we need to look into that. They need to look at that for Roma. But Anthony Taylor's losing this game, by the way. He's no control of this game whatsoever. But yeah, ultimately, I think he's in the board nowadays. They brought him back into the board. I don't know what, if he's just an ambassador for the club or something. But he is within the board. Not long after Raul was sacked, they went back grovelling and actually brought him into the board. But I would personally bring him in, and in my opinion, I would move Vinay on and put David O'Leary in where Vinay is at the moment. In my opinion. Who's been booked? Has Mourinho been booked? No, not Mourinho. No, one of his coaches has been booked. I mean, he just walks up behind a coach that's just been booked and went, he's just doing that to the ref like seven times, holding seven fingers up, basically 7 fingers up, words out. I mean, that's been given. Let's be brutally honest there. I've seen that. I've seen Anthony Taylor give that in the Premier League because he's UEFA rules and all that. Again, about this, I've been saying for God knows how long. All these domestic leagues need to be under one ruling in terms of when it comes to like European clubs and all that. UEFA should be setting out rules for offsides, this, that, and the other, not just for European competition in terms of the Champions League, Europa League, and Conference, but for them the same hymn sheet. And then come, then come when these teams play in European football, like European competitions for the Champions League, Europa League, or Conference League, they're accustomed to the rules, and there's none of this. Well, in our league, it'll be like this. In our league, it'll be like that. Because it'll be no. In our league, it's the same as this. So we're used to it. So we'll just get on with it. David O'Leary, 722 appearances. That's exactly. He holds that record. That record, I think in my lifetime, is not going to be broken by an Arsenal player. I've seen it. Yeah, I saw that as well. Just sit there. Oh, Tom, I can't put that on. Tom, just. I finally get back to the bottom of this chat, and you put that seriously. It beats what earlier on. I keep saying it. I prefer this to earlier. Oh dear, I'm not going to go there, but yeah, just stop it, Stefan. Stop it. Or I will come into the chat and I will put you in a timeout. I have the power. I can't stand all these players on both teams spending all their energy arguing with the ref, begging for the opponent to be booked. I agree with you, but it's just been that European thing, isn't it? And obviously over the last 15, 20 years or so, maybe longer, that behaviour has been festering into the Premier League as well. Make of that what you will, but it is what it is. Sort of what it is. It doesn't help when there's rules in place for ill discipline, players that are meant, players asking, players demanding that doing the you've got to book him and all that. That was you're meant to be booked yourself. That was the rules. But I think 05-06 season that rule was brought in, and as we saw in the Champions League final, Barcelona player comes up to the ref and goes, and the ref goes, "Okay, Layman, you're sent off." And because that rule, even though the rules that it's not implemented, it's never been implemented in by the referees in the matches itself. It's just there written in law. We've got to this point where the game is like what it is. Have I not scored? Have I not changed the score? Oh my god! 1 second. I thought I'd changed the scoreboard. I apologise. There we go. All brand new. Oh, don't start that bollocks. This game has been boring. Again, Sam, in terms of game wise, what was more boring, this game or the Championship final against Luton and fucking Coventry? Ryan has been too busy scolding us. To be honest, again, at one point I had a reason to scold you lot because you're taking it too far. And I'm getting messages from numerous people, and obviously warning me, obviously, with the YouTube side of things. I'm thinking, actually, they've got a point. Guys, rein it in. And even then, I fucking spent 10 minutes still trying to get you guys to rein it in. I mean, certain people are still trying to risk it every now and then, but I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction, put it that way, of giving a reaction to that, but it is what it is. Belotti. How's Belotti at Roma? Imagine nearly one of yours of that guy. Oh, right, they did. Well, put us on a naughty step. Well, Stefan's on his final warning. If he tries it again, he will be on a timeout. Oh God. I think Mr. Tom's last comment. Mr. Tom's last comment as a scarred. I was about to say. Actually, I was about to say it's scarred Lottie. She pops up with another comment. So that throws that one out of the equation. Jesus Christ. Luton wins that, and I only watched the first half of added extra time. But our point was, what was more boring, that final or this final? That was my question. Jesus Christ. Oh no! I'll be honest. I was obviously doing the stream for that night. I watched the entire game. The first half, Luton were dominated Coventry like you wouldn't believe. The only shining bright for Coventry in that first half, was Norton Cuffy down on that wing back role. And in the second half, they got their head at their asses and got into the game, scored the goal. And it sort of petered out. Then it's just like, but Coventry had the chances themselves, but the game itself as a competition just petered out. And it's just like for the second equaliser win in. I know that now, but obviously at the time, as I'm about to say it, obviously I thought you'd left because maybe Tom scarred you for life of his previous comment. We needed the whole time. When you said the whole time, do you mean the entire stream or just the second half? If you mean the whole stream, you don't need to ask me what happened earlier. Put it that way. And I'm actually thankful that you didn't actually participate in that chat because I was, in terms of helping. Well, actually, I needed you actually. If anything, why didn't you power up actually really in the first half and help me fucking to scale that ASAP? 6 minutes. Where's this injury time coming from? 7 minutes in the first half was added on, And now 6 has been added on, according to Emerson. Big up Emerson, by the way. Where's his other time coming from? It's like the World Cup. Sorry, but the girls had to write me that day. I did both. Not I did literally did the entire the girls game with Emerson. Did that, and then ended that. As soon as that game finished and all that, we ended the stream about 5 minutes after the full-time whistle. And then about 2 minutes later, I'm live again doing the fucking championship fucking Watchalong because like the staff was like asking me like, are you doing the final? Can you do the final? I was like, yeah, why not? So we did it, and it's just like, it's a typical championship. Basically, the typical championship final. Just 2 different teams. Again, it's just like crap. But you guys asked it, so I did it. And got Luton as our prize. Just from where I tuned in. Okay, I'll let you off then. As I say, if you tuned in from the get go and just decided to say nothing until you did, I'm like, what the hell? Oh dear! But I do not suggest going back and finding out what happened in the first half and chat wise anyway, because yeah. It just got a bit. It got a bit. The game was poor. The game's been poor. Don't get me wrong, but it didn't need to go down the route it went down in terms of discussion wise. And then I spent 10 minutes trying to stop it, basically in the end. Oh, I'm thankful she wasn't, because bloody hell. Jesus, that would have been fucking. It literally was like disaster FC, basically. And then having to calm things down and stop and move that conversation on and tell them we can talk about anything else but what you're talking about now. Just please go. Talk about anything, music, films, concerts, whatever. Just football. It's like, and as I say, 5-10 minutes. I'm begging. I'm practically on my knees begging, but please stop. They did in the end, fair enough. But obviously, certain people are still sort of occasionally testing the water. Hence why they're on a warning now. Next time they're timed out. No, but in turn, no, I'll WhatsApp you later. To explain it properly because I don't want to get into it again. Set this lot off again. I'll explain it on WhatsApp later. It'll be a lot easier, trust me. For God's sake, Sam. It wasn't that, but still. I'm not going to. Yes, definitely. It's a weekly Prem show we do. He's a massive Newcastle fan. I think you're a mod, aren't you? Mostly everyone pretty much a mod on my fucking channel. If I'm right and you are a mod, if you want to grab a link to John's channel and put it in the chat and get people over there, you can feel free. Four minutes into this injury time. Looks like we're going to check the time again. Woohoo! Do 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 do. Boom bada boom boom boom. Have a look, see if you are. I'm just looking now to make sure you are. If not, I'll make you one so you can do that. In the chat comes up. There we go. Oh, you're not? Okay, I'll do it now. I'll do that now. I'll sort that out now. 1 second. There we go. There you go. There you go. All sorted. Oh, is it going to be a winner from Sevilla? Nope. Oh, almost though. Okay, now. Full time says Emerson. Full time. Okay, so extra time it is then. Bloody hell. Oh god, I need to go through this chat and see what you're talking about. Oh, I can't fucking win. Oh dear! I said I literally went to check if he was a mod, so you could put John's the link to John's channel into the chat, so you can obviously keep promoting it and obviously get more people, anyone that's not subbed to his channel over there and subbed. So I've made you a mod, and they're getting fucking yelled at because it deleted your right while I was doing it. Not my fault. Blame YouTube. Oh dear. I usually like French toast. I ain't had French toast in about two years since I last had that. So might be longer actually. I can't remember. It was during the first lockdown, and like the first few weeks of lockdown here in the UK. You got R. Mawson in the chat. Says randomly, some R. Mawson. No, hi, how you doing? Or well, I'm new to the channel or anything like that because I've not seen your name before. Give me that yellow Arsenal shirt. Well, if you ask nice, I would have considered it. Still told you no, but the fact you just come in and demanded it, you can really do one and basically go no, 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 because it's mine, it's unique, it's a birthday present as well. No, Christmas present, sorry, Christmas present actually from a couple of years back. Actually, so not enough, but just no. Never going to give that away. That's just literally that's like the way you came across. Like, one sec. The words were, what was it? I'm not for it now. For God's sake, I'm coming down the chat now. Oh, Vine, I've lost what I was typing. Thanks, mate. It's like it says like the sarky bit at the end. Like, is that coming across sarky? Like, thanks a lot. Oh dear. Like I've thrown you off your train of thought and all that. You couldn't remember what you were going to write or whatever. Well, Morton's going to laugh there. I mean, he came in and first thing was let me know hello, and I think just like, give me that yellow shirt. He wouldn't. By the way, not just any shirt. It's a match worn shirt by a particular player from the 88-89 season, and it's signed by the manager George Graham and Adam Smith and Mickey Thomas, teammates his manager, players manager, and his teammates, who had a bit of a say in that game, so we say. And as I say, it's a match worn shirt, so and it's on and it's framed. And if you can have one guess on what play that could be, you won't get it. But because of for all them implications, it's literally never that's staying to the day I die, basically. And even then, I'll pass it on to fucking family and whatever. If the Colonel's saying, if Sevilla win, can we see your bet? No. Just even if it was just everyone bar Lottie or whoever, any other females in the chat, still a no. Just because that's weird on so many levels. But yeah, Morton, have a guess who the player is, by the way, just out of interest. As in that shirt over there. Matt Sean-wise, I mean. Right, Craig's saying, Ryan, if Arteta doesn't deliver next season and win us a domestic cup challenging or winning the title and getting to the knockout rounds in the Champions League, should he stay or go? 1 sec, God. Pardon me. Bit of win. I think. Okay, cool. What is he thinking? Not rushing it. Okay. I ain't taking it down to confirm it, by the way. But in terms of, because the name is actually on there's a little thing that says that. But anyway, because I might give it away, so shush. But I'm not fucking taking it down. It's a bastard to get back. It's a bastard to get back up, actually, with the clock and all that there. In terms of your comment, but yeah, second half is underway. Thanks for letting us know, Emerson, by the way. Doesn't the next season win us? In terms of the title, in terms of part of the question, in terms of title wise, exactly. That's not the only reason I'm not doing that, no. But yeah, that's no, just no. Oh my god! Just be thankful. You wanted to see the torso, nothing else. You know what this chat's like, for God's sake. Most of the time, just be thankful it was Dan. Worse, not Paul Merson, no. Back to this challenging. It's 5 points, isn't it? In terms of challenging, just winning the league. If we don't win the league again, but it's like we lose that by a point or two, and it's different to how this year went in terms of we didn't just dominate. And in terms of dominate, I mean lead the league for the majority of the season, and then throw it away at the end. If it's a to and fro, like back and forth between us and City, for example, back and forth every other week, one of them leading that over the other, and we just miss it by a point or two. On that side of things, depending on how, again, I wouldn't be Arteta out on that. Champions League, in terms of the Champions League side of things, getting the knockout rounds, getting to the knockout rounds. I think the fact that we're in pot 2 now because of the event as his point deduction is a massive favour, actually. Because if we stayed in pot 3, look at the teams we could have got from pot 1 and 2. That's not including whoever wins this tonight. If it's Roma, Mourinho side of things, Sevilla wouldn't be an issue. I might be honest, but they're still a decent team. Let's not get it twisted there. Plus, you're getting guaranteed champions. So you're getting guaranteed champions whoever wins that. Possibly one of these two, if not Barcelona. Barcelona, I think we could beat, just because they're not what they once were. So yeah, the fact that we're in pot 2, I think we will get. I honestly do think we'll get out of the group stage into knockouts. In terms of knockouts itself, we do need, even though it's our first season back, we do need to get to at least the quarterfinals. We're getting in the first knockout round, obviously, but quarterfinals is a bare minimum, really, for our first season back in that competition. Then again, how season goes and the draw and all that fluctuate. That might change at the time, but at this moment in time, that's the case. Domestic Cup wise, I want that 15th FA. I want the 15th FA Cup. I'll be honest. If we won the league, okay. But yeah, for me, at the 2 domestic cups, the FA Cup is my. But it's bread and butter. It's what I've been brought up with in terms of I still have the love and affection for the cup, the FA Cup, more than anything you can think of. And I want that. I want that 15th. No matter what happens with United this weekend against City, I've already said last night in the podcast, shamelessly, I'm a City fan on Saturday just because I want the day out at Wembley in August against City. I want that day out. But I want that either way. Next season, I want the 15th FA Cup in our hands. Jesus Navas has been taken off, former City winger, now right wing back. So I won't be. It depends on the situation at the time. And it's all well and good saying, of course, at this moment in time, I'm speaking hypothetically, in saying if buts and maybes in terms of, or if we do this, and it's more of a close run type of race, but you miss it by a point or two, but it's close run, then no, I'm still Arteta in. If we get to the Champions League quarter-finals at the very least, I'm still behind Arteta. Again, as long as that coincides with what we do in the league, what I said already about the league side of things, then that my stance won't change there. One sec. And cups-wise, if we have to win if we have to pick between the two cups, I'm picking the FA Cup because the League Cup, it's a cup, it's something to win, but it's not high on my priorities in terms of the 4 trophies we go for next season. Even though it's the first, but it's just the way I think the constant changing of sponsorships every 3 or 4 years, it's just not tainted it, but like took a bit of the shine off the League Cup. Morton, he's coming directly wanting to buy the yellow shirt. Not any shirt as well. A match worn shirt from 88-89. And by the way, and I don't know if he's still in the chat or not, but it wasn't Paul Merson. I'll let you all have one guess. Anyone still in the chat and wants to have a guess, you can have one guess each. And I'll save you right or wrong. Not getting out for it, but it's just like if you are right, you get the goat about it, basically. That's it. Stefan, behave. Lottie, it's a serious question. I've asked why make out that it's not. If Arteta doesn't deliver silverware next season, he's got to go. Bloody hell. Arteta got you second against an unbelievable City side, and yeah, there's more so again. If a couple results went different in that running against Forest, Brighton, and Southampton, the title was ours. Looking at it now, in hindsight and all that, but that is the case. As I say, I've said all along, no matter how the season ended, I believed we'll go again next season. We will go if we don't win it this year, we'll do it next year in terms of we'll go one better. The way the players have reacted from last year and how it's folded into this, it's going to happen again. There's only one way we can go from going second, and that's winning the bloody thing. And I think as long as we get the addition spot on in this summer, in terms of not just in terms of positional wise, the positions we need to get addressed, and they are massively upgrades to whoever we're losing or upgrades in general to the squad in general. We've shown this season the technical ability of our squad. We just need a bit more physical skill. That's all we need. A bit more physical skill in our team. And we're there, in my opinion. So if we go and get Casado, for example, massive upgrade already. That's one tick off. Go and get another right back, because Tommy Asu, as I said last night on the podcast, Tommy Asu made a biscuit. So he's not reliable to stay fit for a full season. So he personally, I'd move him up. If we can go and get someone that's an upgrade to him, that's not injury prone, just go and do it, basically, because we can't just rely on Ben White, especially now back in the Champions League. And you need that squad rotation throughout the season. We can't. There's a lot of pressure to put on Ben White, hoping that Tommy Ashley doesn't get injured. And what's the odds that fucking Ben White might get an injury for a couple of weeks? Tommy Ashley be injured at the same time. Then what we've got to do? Oh, Thomas Partey, you're still here. Off you going to inverted right back? No. So Casado, a right wing, a right back. Sorry. Personally, I'd go and get another striker, an actual goal scoring striker. Jesus, again, nothing wrong with him in terms of what he brings to the team, in terms of goes in deep, gets the ball, and brings everyone into play, and that side of things. But where it counts in the penalty box, we need someone more lethal. We need someone that's going to not just push Jesus to be what we need him to be in the final third, but be the one that's doing everything Jesus is doing, but also in the final third, bang, boom, goal. Thank you very much. Boom, bang, assist, and or goal. Just constantly, week in, week out. And we've seen as well, we did have Jesus for 3.5, 4 months, give or take. Everything's sort of a blur because it's World Cup monarchy this season. But we saw without him, Eddie took to the challenge initially, the first 3 or 4 games. But once he realised, obviously the situation got me comfortable. Yeah, it was a bit. But that's where the other players came into play. But yeah. Oh dear. Oh, Craig, what have you said now? For God's sake. I can get what I was making off now. Well, not bad, but anyway. Even Chris, who's a Liverpool fan, by the way, says that sacking Arteta would be a huge mistake. I'm not advocating that, by the way. I'm just saying certain things go up. If we get quarterfinals and we're still competing for the title, we just miss out by a point or two this time next year, or we win it. If we miss out by a point or two or win it, then I'm not going to be calling for Arteta's head. It just depends. We're talking if buts and maybes. We need to see what's done in the summer first, get the fixtures, get the season underway, and go from there. And that's the season that we assess things as it goes. By what we physically see on the pitch, week in, week out. Right, Ryan, I'm off. Catch you later. Chat. Have a good evening. Cheers, Lottie. I haven't bored you off, or no one's scared you off or anything like that. Anyway, we need a striker, says Russ. Yeah, that's what I just said, but okay. We do need an actual striker, a goal scorer, and just bang, 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 bang. Does everything Jesus does, but with the end product. Because Jesus, again, he's showing it at the start, and then he sort of went for that purple patch for the World Cup, and then obviously the injury. But either way, we still need a striker, because Eddie, for me, isn't ready to make the step up to being a backup Champions League striker, in my opinion. I could be wrong. He could come in the pre-season, have an absolute stormer, kick on, and be fantastic. Could be. I doubt it, but I could be proven wrong. And if that's the case, I'll hold my hands up and say I got it wrong in that time frame. Balogun looks like he's on his way out because the agent's got in his head. Sadly. But yeah, I don't know what else to say really on that. But yeah, let's just enjoy these last couple of weeks of football. Then we've got the World, or hopefully, I say we've got the World Cup coming up, the Women's World Cup, but FIFA still haven't dished out the licenses to England, anyone in Europe, how many places Watchalong at the moment? I believe the host nation. I believe, if they haven't, I think Lottie is still here, so you can let me know quickly. But I think every country in Europe that usually World Cup Having the rights by FIFA yet. We're 5 away from the World Cup. Being messing about. I'm taking a piss. Like, come on, please. Even Wright said the other day, if this was the men's World Cup, this would be an issue. This would be dealt with from day one. Why are we in a situation where 5 weeks before a World Cup final, FIFA bloody being dodgy pricks and basically demanding more money to show the rights of the World Cup, respect for every respective country. So potentially, I could be doing World Cup, Women's World Cup watchalongs for the girls, like the England team and all that. But that's up in the air at the moment because we don't know in terms of who's got the rights for it. If we're going to be able to legally watch it in the UK or not, which is bizarre considering it's never been an issue before. But FIFA being FIFA all of a sudden. But yeah, let's just as I say, I was saying before, enjoy the last couple of weeks of this club football. Then we've got the World Cup a few weeks later, hopefully. Then got the transfer window and pre-season and all that jazz, and just relax and enjoy ourselves this summer and see what happens. And if we get where we want, we get where we want. If we don't, we've got our backup targets and all that. 2 minutes added on. We didn't notice how much time we got into extra time. By the way, it's that dull. Lottie's brilliant, by the way, Hawk. She's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic, as Vieira would say. Just to be clear, I've never said once I'm happy with just a top 4 finish in terms of just getting top 4. No, I've not once said that. I'm just saying circumstances in terms of again you're asking for hypotheticals here. In terms of if we don't do this, if we don't do that, it's like it's if I'm saying if buts and maybes. Let's ask out of interest. Like I said earlier, if next season it's just again a straight shootout between Arsenal and Man City for the title, and we miss out by last game of the season by a point, by a measly point. We haven't had a breakdown at any point during the season that we have back into this season. It's just that they've just done that one extra game, Man City would have been one game more consistent. Like that one result that went in their favour. That alone, would you be calling for Arteta's head in that circumstances? I mean, just for example, look at Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. In his first genuine attempt for the title. I know it went down to the last day, but it wasn't even in their hands. But I know it went down to the last day. But they didn't win it. They came second. They used that disappointment and they went again. People weren't sure they'd come back, but they came back with the fire in their stomach to go, we're happy with that. We want to prove a point. We need to prove that we are as consistent, if not even more consistent, than Man City were this season. And they did. They absolutely stormed it. So what's to say we can't do that? But I'm just saying, again, this is all if, buts, and maybes. We can't just go end of the season up. Let's talk about hypotheticals for next season. When no one's gone in, no one's left yet, and no one's come in yet. In terms of transfer windows, not even open yet. Pre-season, a ball's not even been kicked for pre-season yet. We don't even know who we've got coming in terms of a schedule for next season. You call me Troy one, it's I know, but I'm just saying. Oh dear. Oh, my leg. But yeah, like Emerson says, it's full time at first half of extra time. It's half time, basically. Next time, so. This game is shocking. Why do I do this? Why do I always pick games that are fucking awful? There's non-Arsenal games that are so awful, I want to cry. Oh, legs. Yeah. See what Twitter say about this game. Question though, if this was to go to penalties in 15 minutes time, who do you reckon's winning it? Because neither team's really going for it now. I mean, Roma were the better team in the first half. Sevilla, brilliant in the second half, but it did enough to get that deflected goal to equalise or whatever. Oh, Lorente, is he the former Tottenham guy? Lorente. El Shaarawy. Is El Shaarawy going off? I didn't even know he was playing. I didn't know he was starting. Bloody hell. I know El Shaarawy's coming on. I'm going to say, I didn't even notice he's fucking on the pitch. Lorente, not Diego Lorente, not the Lorente, I think of the ex-Tottenham Lorente. Fair enough. So Diego Lorente come on, and Stefan El Shaarawy's come on for Pellegrini. He's a bit. He used to have a baby face, old El Shaarawy. Still got the werewolf though. Right, second half underway. No, so. I don't get why I don't get how Steve McManaman's a bloody pundit, let alone fucking co-commentator. Oh, he played for Real Madrid in the early 2000s under the original Galacticos. Fucking yeah, and he couldn't handle the pressure, so he ran off to Man City when they were crap. Oh. I will say this, going by how the extra time's gone so far, I mean, it was that dull, I didn't even know how much time had gone through already. But let's just put it this way, Mourinho's trying to get penalties, that's all I'm saying. He's trying to get the centre pence, and that could backfire. Where's this one even been played? I actually didn't pay attention to where this one's been played, by the way. I know, obviously, West Ham are playing in Prague next week against fucking Fiorentina, sorry. But they're playing in Prague. How is it when we got to the Europa League final a few years back, us and Chelsea had to go to Baku, which is basically, in terms of one of our players, couldn't even fucking play because of the political reasons and all that between the countries and respectively. But Baku, literally Baku, main stadium in Budapest, Hungary. That's fucking Budapest, Hungary. We've had Baku. Since then, it's been, I think it was Poland the year after. So we've gone from sending Arsenal and Chelsea, Arsenal to Baku, to every other final has been, what was it, Poland, and then obviously and then you had the COVID situation, so it was played in Portugal, both Champions League and Europa League, respectively. And whether the final was, I can't remember the final was last year. Was it Sevilla last year? Between United, I can't think who it was now. No, I can't think what it was. Who was it last year? I think the year. I can't think what year. My brain's gone mush. It's all fucking mushed into one. Literally, Man United versus Sevilla not last year, the year before. That was actually around this side of Europe as well. Last year, I believe last year was Seville. So I think that's between now because obviously we weren't in Europe at all. I'm trying to think who that's. Rangers, no, was it Rangers and Frankfurt last year in the finalists? But is it Seville? The final? Yeah, it was Seville the final, wasn't it? Last year. So it's been nice places ever since we got. Ever since we were sent to Baku, it's actually been decent places. These finals been held at where teams and their respective fans can actually get to, and not be a million miles away from the pitch, like Baku. I reckon Tom and Lighty will go on a date soon. I'd let Lighty lead you on that one, but that's not going to happen. I mean, kind of, if you follow Lottie, you would know that anyway. You know, yeah, so you haven't already go and follow him, but yeah, you'll see what I mean in terms of he's already taken anyway. Basically, he's out there publicly anyway. So Tom's going to have to wait a while. Sorry, Tom, if you're still there. Oh dear God. Who's this receiving treatment for Roma? Marina's got a face like a smack backside. Dublin. I mean, next year's Dublin and Ireland. Literally close to home. Wouldn't be more closer than it being in England itself. But every other stadium since Baku, the actual fans are actually near the pitch, somewhat near the pitch. I was just asking I couldn't see who was receiving treatment for Roma there. The breaking plane in number 3, who looks like number 3, is took a smack to the head or something. Yeah, look at it, Jacques. Who in their right mind about an Arsenal fan and they obviously fully love Granite and all that, and they want him to stay, etc., etc. Would then go, oh, well, he's not staying, so you know what? I'm going to sell off the merch that I've got of him, like scarves or whatever. Like, if you're doing that, you're not a real fan. It is. It literally feels like that. Sam. That's what I'm saying. The first half flew by. Next time, sorry. So much. We're talking about we're talking about football, but other stuff in terms of football, and the time just flew by. So it's that bad that even Lottie's thinking, you know what, I'm tapping out, I've got work in the morning, bye. Why do I do this? Why do I always pick these in games thinking they'll be half decent because it's finals and they turn out to be absolute dire BS basically. Oh my God. Belletti is absolutely terrible. 20 Champions League final. Men's is at Wembley and the ladies is at Atletico Bilbao. What's that Wembley? Hey, fucking Wembley's actually hosted 3 Champions League finals in, I think that what year. I think it was initially at the time. Was it 2011 and 2013 respectively? So, Tom, how's your bet looking? I don't Tom disappeared by the way. I don't know what's happened to him. Stefan, there's anarchy and there's absolute there's anarchy, and then there's absolute gonna get me in trouble basically with the conversation earlier. You could talk about, as I say, you could talk about anything else in terms of within reason when it comes to anarchy. If you want anarchy to keep yourself occupied, but just not that side of things. Jesus, because it will come back on me. Because it's my channel, I'm the host. I'm allowing you guys. It's seen as I'm allowing you guys to go down that route. So what? 24. So 11 would be. 21 would have been 10. 13 years or so. So it's 3 times in 13 years. That's not normal, but. Because you actually hate the English, and they like to spread it out and all that. Fucking, what was it? Before Wembley was given it in 2011. What was it? 2002 or 2003, wasn't it? When Man United held Old Trafford hosted the Champions League final between, I think it was Juventus and AC Milan. That's 2000. I want to say 2003. Might have been 2002, give or take 12 months either side. And then literally, and then until 2011 or whatever, when Wembley got it, and then Wembley got it again 2 years later, because I don't know, 50th anniversary of Wembley or what? I don't know, it was 50th anniversary or something. Matic is playing the fucking injury game. He's playing the Mourinho. I'm injured. I'm dying. Need to time waste game now. Fucking hell. Bilbao's a decent stadium. Where's it this year? No, Eindhoven, sorry, the women's final on the week next week. Well, this week coming. I don't remember now. But yeah, Eindhoven for Barcelona versus Wolfsburg. I'll get the yeah. That's what I mean. When you're touching on that now, and every time I'm going to have to go allegedly, and then everyone else goes, it's a free fall. Let's bring up everyone else of that ilk. It's like, ugh. And I'm getting literally, honest, I'll be honest with you, I'm getting messages left, right, and centre about it. It needs to be stopped and all that. And I've got to agree with them because I can't. It's on me. Like I say, it's on me. YouTube see it, it's on me. If anyone of that in that situation sees it, they're coming after me. They're coming after you. They're coming after me. And it's just like, it ain't worth the hassle. Leg, seriously, what is wrong with it? Moss is in the chat, says end this Europa already. Under 20s World Cup is on, and half hour we have an Arsenal award. So if wish, come on. Got an early start, to be honest. I'll be honest, I've got an early start. So this ain't the ideal extra time, by the way, because I need to sleep. England tied it 1-1. Scarlett Cross to Divine. Nice finish. Me. Been to PSV Stadium. Don't think it's big enough. I've been there myself, but anyway. Brooke Norton Cuffey started and looking good. And that's a long flight. Wow. England versus Italy in the 20s. Okay. I actually shut because he also played on Saturday at Wembley. That's a big pitch to play on as well. So maybe that's why he went off in extra time the way he did. I didn't get it, so maybe that's why. But then what was it? On Wednesday, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 3 days straight up, flying out and training and all that. Another one's gone down. For God's sake, it's Matic again. This is typical Mourinho tactics for the last 15 years or more. He's all kicking off on the sidelines because of it as well. He's saying, look, I want to take him off, but you won't let me. He's saying, I want to take him off, I want to get him off. Muniz kicked off. Exactly. That's exactly Sam. As long as you behave yourself and don't try it again, Stefan. Oh dear. The dodgy one. My leg cramp. I'm just sitting and I'm getting cramped because this is so crap. Oh dear. But he's like, look, I want to take match off, bet it off, but they're not letting me. What are you having a go at me for? And now he gets to take him off. But this is not. I'm sorry. These are Mourinho tactics we've seen, not just in like cup finals and that, but we've seen it in the big games for the last 20 odd years under Mourinho, from Porto onwards. We've seen it week in, week out, year in, year out, wherever he's been. This is no surprise. It's as annoying as it is, even now. That's what Mourinho sets his teams up to do. Oh my God, where's his time? I know, obviously, there's been a lot of stop-start in the second half, but my God, 6 more minutes of this. Please, just put us out of our misery. Just take this to pens. And Mourinho's been booked. Of course he has. That's all that scuffle. At some point he's been booked. Oh my days. That rule has been brought in for managers. That managers they can be booked now, or their coach staff can be booked or sent off or whatever. That's apparently brought in to be a deterrent for managers being there. Stop being pricks on the sidelines and all that. That didn't work, did it? Because the Dot hasn't curbed it in the 4 or 5 years that rule's been in place, maybe longer. It hasn't curbed it at all. If anything, it's got worse. If I fall asleep, you know why. My back's starting to hurt now. Fantastic. Oh, free kick Roma. Why is Marino all the way over there? Jesus Christ. Oh my days. Yeah, that's Arteta. What I'm saying, that's Arteta. Richard Keys would be on the fucking keyboard going mental. What the fuck is he doing there? He's a disgrace to football. La, 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 la. Because of Mourinho. La 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 la. Not watching the game, even though I am. Let's see what they can do with this free kick then. Can we get a last minute winner? No. Let's take this to pen, for God's sake, and get it over with. Oh, there's a player down again. 2 players down. And then he takes us playing play on. It's a head injury. Clear head injuries here. And Anthony Taylor's going, no, we'll play on. La, 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 la. And how is he booking? Oh my God, this. He has been abysmal tonight. I'm sorry. Anthony Taylor has been absolutely awful officiating this game. No control over this whatsoever. What am I doing? Right, talking about that. Okay, Ed's not been sniped, and as he's gone down, pretending to be sniped, his studs caught the player's knee, and he's gone down. No, he caught him in the old certain area, so I was saying, yeah. And Sevilla plays like, there's no need for that. So, what was he booked? What did he do? See, this again, that's a bloody hell. This is a shambles. It to be. That's putting it polite, Sam. That's putting it very bluntly and polite. Oh dear. Same again Saturday for the final of the FA Cup. Oh my God! Surely that can't be. Surely that won't be this bad. Surely not. I hope they get a fine from UEFA for that. Well, they should, but they won't. All tonight's proven, in one sense, is how poor refereeing in England is. That the English officials are so poor. The fact that in normal 90 minutes, Anthony Taylor gave a penalty initially for someone that dived, reacted straight away as a normal situation, no VAR, boom, penalty, done. Didn't even wait to be told by VAR, nothing like maybe missed something here, No, boom. And had to be sent over to the screen to be told, you're fucked up, mate. This isn't what you've missed. He wasn't touched. He flew to the floor. And even when they've acknowledged that he basically dived, the player wasn't even booked for diving. It was just a penalty. Non-league football in this. They actually play football in the non-league. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just ask Wrexham and Notts County this season. I mean, I'm going to say something controversial in terms of football, nothing else. But about the playoffs, like you got the Championship playoffs, League One, League Two, and obviously Conference League and all that. When was the last time we had a genuinely dramatic, decent game of football in the playoff final? Right? Not with the Conference League, League Two, League One, or Championship. When was the last time we had that? And honestly, how many times can you count on one hand? Not even on one hand. How many times can you count in the amount of playoff finals every season that we have every season and all that? And every time it's built up, whatever league it's in, and they're all absolutely awful in terms of quality on the day because of what's at risk. Personally, I think a lot of you won't agree with me, but I think this playoff system needs to be scrapped, and it needs to go down to, in terms of Premier League, in terms of Championship going to Premier League, it will be top three. That's it. So first, second, third. That's your promotion spots. None of this playoff malarkey. Off you go. And the same for League One, going up. Same situation there. 3 up from the top 3 from there, no matter what. I think top 4 for League 2 going to League One, top 4 spots there, and the top 2 from the Conference League go up. For the 2 that are coming down. None of this playoff, because the playoffs, the finals themselves are absolutely woeful. The 2 leg semi-finals, okay, there's entertainment, there's a bit of drama and entertainment there over the 2 legs, but the finals themselves are so fucking awful. They're not entertaining. The amount of times over the years, I'll put a playoff final on, be it whatever league it's in, and I genuinely fall asleep watching it because the quality is so poor. Because both teams are so tense. No matter what league it's in, they don't want to give nothing away. I did Sevilla to win the trophy. Oh, one sec. Mr. Tom says, I did Sevilla to win the trophy. What's the score? It's 1-1. So Mr. Tom is back. He must have fallen asleep at some point, or got off, got himself something. I don't know. Either way, probably just nodded off or asleep with how crap this game's been. But yeah, it's 1-1 still, and we are literally minutes away from penalties. Mr. Tom. How are we at 6 minutes injury time? We're in 9.5 minutes. When did that? Fucking hell! Literally seconds. Okay, we're seconds away. Seconds away from bloody penalties. If this doesn't go in, I thought you might have fallen asleep because this game was so poor. You might have fallen asleep with boredom or something. I don't know. Obviously, this is going to pens. Unless he scores from this very kick, this is going to pens. I'll be honest. I don't know who'll be out favours for this, but I would tip Sevilla as slight favours just because I've seen their goalkeeping in the World Cup in penalty shootouts, and that is again be good on his day. And again, this is their competition. They know that they find a way. This is Sevilla's competition. They do find a way of winning it one way or the other when they're in the final. Was it a couple of years ago in the COVID final during the first lockdown and all that? Sevilla and Inter Milan, and Inter Milan were heavy favourites, and Inter Milan went hiding, and this is when they had Christian Eriksen, Lukaku, and Conte was in manager and all that. Russian roulette penalties. Here we go, says Anderson. Okay. Anytime I looked at a game and they were just crowding the ref like Man United in the 90s. Yep, sounds about right. Marcus is talking about, mentions a crossbar apparently. Okay. Crossbar challenge. Yeah. Thank God. There we go. And England won at half time. Weird that English don't pay attention to it. I'll be honest, it doesn't get advertised over in the UK, so I didn't even know it was going ahead. Got ahead. That started already and all that. Considering most of these players will be playing like Premier League Championship or League One football over the last few weeks. Especially Premier League wise, the league just finished. So I'm surprised that got underway as soon as it has, but okay. Especially Norton Cuffley. Literally, he just played a victory of fucking major final for Coventry City on Saturday. You'd have thought you'd get some sort of respite. No, off you go to Italy. Or wherever the World Cup can play, that's right. Off you go. Are we playing another 90 minutes or so? Oh, good. But also, in terms of the under 20s World Cup, we don't get no rights to show it over in the UK, so I can't even watch it if I wanted to. Okay, cool. Looks a bit close then. Mendieta. Remember him at Middlesbrough, Mendieta. Blimey. Again, that's showing me age. Still don't get how Middlesbrough pulled that one off, by the way. Oh, dear. Alright. Right, no spoilers in the chat, please. Looking at your shootout, okay? Asking nicely. Oh, dear. So it looks like Tom's bet might come in the end. Oh dear. There's a good chance of that, I think. Is that the Miller? Okay, Sevilla ain't winning. So I'll take it back again. I'll take it back. There's too many Tottenham in this team, the Sevilla team. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. No. Imagine it's Lamella or fucking Ryan Hill with the decisive penalty, respectively, and they miss it. Wait, Arsenal fans have a field day on social media for that one, being their ex connections and all that. I mean, it's Tammy Abraham actually on the pitch. I haven't seen him all game. Oh, he isn't. No, he got subbed off by the looks of it. I gotta say, fucking, he even played. I know he started, but it didn't look like. I didn't even know. Realise he went off. Oh, my back. Oh, dear. Back's gone again. Fantastic. FIFA site for you guys and YouTube FIFA, I think, but we get under 20s on our regular TSM. But as I'm saying, regular TV wise, we're not. I don't know why. That's why it's been the case, but we don't get the rights for the youth World Cups and all that. Even if, a few years back when the under-17s got to the World Cup final with Smith Rowe and all that. And Steve Cooper was a manager back then as well for the under-21, for the under-17 side. We wasn't given no rights to show that final. All right, here we go. They're flipping to what ends. Who's taking which? Who's taking first, and who's taking at which end? I think if we take the penalties out to Sevilla in 1 sec. And Sevilla are going first. So I think Sevilla have won the toss for what end it's going to be played at. So, and Sevilla, and also they won the second toss. So who's taking the first and who's going first and all that. He won the toss. He decided, and he went, no, we're going. Rakitic like, no, we're going first. It's plenty of shootout. So it's Rui Patricio and Bono, respectively of Roma and Sevilla here, going head to head to come out the hero. We're hoping to come out the hero in this lottery of a penalty shootout. Lockham, I'll get a name now. Fucking, he went down at one point crying. He's the one that dove for the. He's the one that's been booked for diving and didn't get booked. We're trying to get the penalty in the normal 90 minutes, the second half. There we go. Anti-Tay going up to Rui Patricio and saying you've got to stay in your line and all that monarchy. If you come off, you've got to be retaken. Just stay in your line as much as you can, and yeah. So Sevilla going first, and he's penalty shootout. Here we go, Sevilla. No spoilers in the chat, please. First up, and strokes it in. But Patricio makes it easy. Patricio already literally gave it away which way he was going to go, and made it easy for Campbell just to pass it into the goal there. Nice penalty. But Patricio giving it away and actually went the right way. That would have been a poor penalty. If that makes sense. Who is this now for Roma? Is this a centre back? I swear to God. This could be messy. This could get messy. Chance to keep the pressure on Sevilla here. Bono versus Cristiani. Bono went the right way, but too much power, pure power in that shot. Low and hard and driven into Oh, I think now. The keeper's right. Lamela, ex-Tottenham. What can go wrong? What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Ex-Tottenham. Eric Lamela, the Spurs reject. If he misses, I'm celebrating. I don't care. I'm shameless. I don't care. He almost did. He almost ruined. Patricio went the right way, but didn't get down quick enough. He's lucky. He was lucky. I was about to go, hey. Oh, there's a 2-1 Sevilla. Penalty shootouts. Here comes Mancini, the one that scored the own goal that lets Sevilla back into this and caused this diabolical game to continue for what it has done. Will he redeem himself or hand it on the plate to Sevilla? Here we go. Oh, he missed. Straight down the goalkeeper's legs. Pelted it, and he pelted it against the goalkeeper's legs. Keeper had gone the wrong way, and he punted it towards Bono's legs, basically, down the middle. And Bono just kept his legs hanging as long as they could behind and got toes to it, basically pushed it away. Oh my God, he's going to get lynched in Rome if they lose this now, because he's not only scored the own goal to get Sevilla back into this, but potentially he's missed a pen now. That could lose him it as well completely. No pressure on Patricio here, no pressure at all. To go 3-1 up and take a 2-cushion lead in this penalty shootout. Here we go. And he does comfortably, tending to keep it the wrong way, stroking it into the bottom corner. Told it's a penalty shootout, so I'll give the edge to Sevilla because it's their competition and all that. It has been for the last 10 years, pretty much. Looks like Tom's bet's coming in tonight, by the looks of it. Who's taking it now? Is it only the defenders that have decided to actually take penalties today for Roma? Or the attackers actually bottled out of it? Me. Only defenders FC for Roma. He's missed it as well. Fucking what sort of run-up was that? It was the worst run-up in the world. He just didn't look comfortable as he talked towards the ball. Did a bit of a hip shake and everything. Weird move towards the ball. Then just gets a strike in it and hits it against the crossbar. Smashes it against the crossbar, the post, sorry. And now Sevilla got the chance to clinch it now. Oh my days. After all this, Mourinho's going to lose his mind. He's actually going to lose his mind now. What is it, Sevilla in the Europa League? Here we go. Oh, he missed to win it, and he missed. What a save from Patricio. Goes the right way. It wasn't the hardest shot in the world, but still, he had to go the right way because obviously, if he doesn't, it's game over. Goes the right way, gets the hand to it, and pushes. Make sure he gets the right sort of his hand behind it to push it forward, away from the goal. Oh, there's a VAR check. You've got to take it again. After all that encroachment, where? Where was the encroachment? Where was the encroachment there? He said, what's that about? I didn't see that. The ball's been put in the net. Sevilla have won it, but there's a bit of controversy at the end there because the producer made a save. And the VAR went, no, he's come off his line, encroachment or whatever. And then to be retaken, the penalty got to be retaken. And obviously he thought the keeper would go the producer thought the penalty would go the same way again, so he dove that way and lost the battle of the wheels there. But fans are literally, by the way, Sevilla fans are piling out of the stands onto the pitch side, surrounding their players and all that, and Sevilla could get a hefty fine for this, by the way, because UEFA don't care about emotions and all that. And so where's Ronaldo and all that as well? El Shaarawy, you're an attacking player. Why was it when it mattered in the penalty shootout? It was defenders taking penalties with Roma. They're not showing. This is the thing. They're not showing the encroachment. Once I'll wrap this up in a sec. Once you see it, I want to see what Patricio did wrong here. No, they showed a winning penalty. No, you showed a fucking penalty that he apparently did. He encroached. I haven't seen it yet, Emerson. So I need to see it again. I didn't see it initially. I thought it was a good save. And all that. I didn't see it again, as I say. Of course, Sevilla win. It was written in the stars. It's literally, whenever Sevilla gets to a final nowadays of the Europa League, just put a bit of them to win it. Basically, just to lift the trophy. Just go, they're going to win one way or the other. They're lifting the trophy. Just put whatever you want on it, and that you're guaranteed to win. Basically. A pitch in race for a trophy you've won 246 times is a bit cringy. We'll show that to Man City fans who invaded the pitch after they've been pushed all the way by us this year. Sevilla win again, and Marina doesn't become historic. Yeah, because he would have been the first, obviously, the first manager to win Conference League and then the Europa League back-to-back, obviously, because he obviously won the opening one last year, Conference League. This would have been their second European trophy in their history, obviously with him as well. It would have been the first to do it. But obviously now for him to do that again, he has to go back to the Europa Conference League and back again. So Sevilla are in pot one of the Champions League next season as well, because they are the champions of the Europa League. They're not showing that. It is. Would like them to show Patricio coming off his line or whatever it was. Bit of controversy. Mourinho will kick on that, by the way. He'll use that as the excuse. What did Roma finish in Champions League spots anyway? Or did they finish in the Europa League for the Serie A? I don't get how this team can dominate this competition so many times in the last 10 years. This is no team, no other club has won this competition now more times than them. 7 have won. Apparently 7. You got fucking Real Madrid, the kings of the Champions League. You got Sevilla now, the kings of the Europa League, formerly UEFA Cup. So basically, Sevilla going, you know what, we'll take a hit. Obviously, they're in the Champions League now next season. We know what they're going to do. They're going to, depending on their group, they'll go, you know what, we'll take a hit, come third, go back into Europa League and win this again. Because again, I said this, what was it? When the draw was made, after we got knocked out, the draw was made for the quarterfinals and semi-finals respectively. I said, because Man United fans are going and all the media outlets are going, oh, Sevilla have had a bad season, they're not really doing well. It's Man United's to lose to get to the final. All that. I thought, you can't write Sevilla off and this, that, and the other. Even though I thought, in terms of tonight, I thought Mourinho would have the final factor. That would be the factor in tonight's their final and all that. In terms of Roma winning this. No, it seemed not to be the case. And obviously, you've had Sevilla keep finding a bloody way. No matter how poor their seasons are domestically, they always seem to find a way. When it comes to Europa League, or former UEFA Cup, they always seem to find a way in recent years to get over that line. Get their hands on that trophy. Would be cool. Would be a lot cooler if Sevilla won the Europa League after starting. Yeah, exactly. That's a bit of a pain in the backside, isn't it? And most of these 7 trophies have been won where they've actually dropped from the Champions League into it and all that. Yeah. Did you win in the end, Tom? Tom. Did you win it? Did you win? You had it for just. Your bet was just for them to the trophy. So I think you have won it, haven't you? You just put them down to win that to get their hands on the trophy. Give me my money, my bookies. On me. Oh dear. So what was the odds, by the way, Tom? Out of interest, if that's okay to ask. Well, obviously, Sam says well done and right as well. Bet you wish to put more on that now. I didn't realise that was the case either. Up till now, obviously, it's changed now. Obviously, never lost a final in his career. Well, he has now, obviously. That's fucking he's gonna be fuming. It's all Tottenham's fault. It's all Tottenham's fault. But yeah, you know what? With that, what time is it now? I'm trying to think. What time is it now? Oh, bloody hell! We are going to wrap things up because I'm absolutely shattered. My body is killing, by the way. Yes, exactly. I didn't trust him to win in the 90. That was a fun. Yeah, it is a fun to forget. I hope you forget it literally in 2 seconds after you finish this stream. But yeah, we are going to wrap things up now because obviously I need to get some rest now and refuel for the day ahead tomorrow and all that. I think I've got a plan for that. Gonna say now, I think they're trying to think. I'll be back on Saturday for the FA Cup final between Man City and Man United. I don't know what time that is, but we're back for that. So keep an eye out for that stream and all that getting put up on the channel soon in the next couple of days or so. And see you there. See you on Saturday for that one for the FA Cup, and then obviously got next week Champions League at the weekend. I'm not doing Fiorentina versus West Ham because I guarantee it's going to be the same BS we've seen tonight. I can't be doing no. And yeah, until then, guys, if you're on the channel and you've enjoyed the stream and all that or whatever, do smash the like button, do subscribe as well, and do share the content around as much as you possibly can. It does help the channel grow. Until then, guys, we'll see you on the other side. And as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you guys.